You know I am a proud supporter of youth. And when you match Ian Goodenagel with the chalk and cheese they got, that's the better man. But we believe in democracy. The people spoke, but they will soon speak again. I'm going to introduce you to another speaker. But when I saw Monday, February the 3rd newspaper, I should go to the one before that. Saturday Sun, February the 1st, the first day of the month, the shortest month in the year. Union hits back. But the part that bothered me were these people at NHC crying their belly out with a government that told you nobody ain't getting sent home. People on the Saturday morning paper crying their hearts out, for they know not what they will do now that they have been sent home unceremoniously. And these jokers that say they make up a DLP government still got the seats. Time will tell, because the people of Barbados will speak again. But when I looked at February the 3rd, that was the day of my mother's birthday. People crying Saturday morning from Friday when they got the letters that really almost moved some of their hearts away. And then I see some people in the Democratic Labour Party laughing. How could human beings that say they care about people, those damn lying people, be laughing in a newspaper like this? But you know what? The fella there in the yellow, he got his Trump card. They have to let heads roll among them because the people of Barbados are suffering, and suffering a sad way. I have a gentleman I'm going to bring to you who is an advocate. But before I say that, I should say the people of St. Michael West Central are waiting. And I believe that Ian Goodenagel, the former senator, will make a difference in their lives and look after their needs in the way the Labour Party has done it for all the years that we have had parliamentary representation. I bring a man to you who is going to speak. He does the advocacy for the future Center Trust in St. Thomas. Tell the truth, it is so near to a big dump. And I am waiting to see what will happen there. But I want Mr. Kammie Holder to speak to you. And I just want to remind you that the Democratic Labour Party has destroyed every aspect of development in this country. Every aspect of lives, including families that are broken now. As a result, poor Hallam Day in St. Philip, he gone. The partner gone, the stepson gone, 3 in one household. And you all here don't hide from no camera now, because I understand, it is alleged, let me say it that way, that the list went to constituency offices for people to vet them, constituency offices that belong to that party. And people look and say, Cynthia Ford, let she go along, she's a BLP though, whatever. Mary Jane, oh, she's a BLP rat too. Because they don't say anything good about us, you know. And that is what bothers me worse than anything else. More than anything else, the cheap political level that the Dems have dropped to. When Queen Elizabeth Hospital look there falling apart. Infection all over the place. And in National Housing with some houses that David Thompson, I don't know where they put me to chair for. In 2000, August 27, 2000, report on the budget. No, it would have been his annual conference. He said, look at the 2x4 slave huts being built by the government at Briar Hall and Apes Hill. When they went, no Lancaster yet. When they went by the river yet. The river is St. Philip. And you know what? There are more spots in Dingstown. Thank God for George Payne when he went to acquire those lands to be able to help for housing for working class people and middle class people. And I heard the minister with my 2 ears say, those spots are going at $35 a square foot. The Democratic Labour Party told you $5. $5, and now they got spots in Dingstown. And David Thompson said, look at the 2x4 slave huts being built by the government at Boyer Hall and Apes Hill. This was at his annual conference, Sunday, August the 27th, 2000. I'm going to give over to this goodly gentleman who has chosen to come here. He is not political. And we are such a proud party that can attract the attention of Barbadians at all levels, despite their persuasions. This gentleman, who is not political, will speak to you about the future Center Trust, and I'm sure there are other aspects of the environment that he may want to speak to. Mr. Kammie Holder will now speak with you. Please welcome him warmly.
Good evening, Madam Chairman. I bring greetings to you from the chairman of the environmental NGO, which is nonpartisan, from the chairman and the board of directors. I am Kammie Holder, the son of a bricklayer and an agriculture worker. I see it as necessary to participate in our democracy and to speak on an ill-conceived, myopic, unsustainable waste energy plant. For me not to speak would be a complete betrayal of the legacy entrusted to us by our ancestors. The price of silence is a debt which is not easily repaid and becomes a generational curse. I will not for once squander that legacy. Danger call. The Weekend Nation, 20th August 2005. Oil spill, not that bad. Weekend Nation, 23rd May 2005. Arawak upgrading to cut emissions. Weekend Nation, 4th September 2009. Arawak implements dust control. Nation, 5th June 1999. Those 4 headlines dealt with some serious environmental issues that can imperil the health of each and every one of us. The government seems hell-bent on bringing what is known as a plasma gasification waste-to-energy plant in Barbados in the year of 2014. Incineration is not waste-to-energy, but is waste of energy, because it wastes 4 times more energy than it produces. When those resources must be produced from raw material instead of being recycled and composted, waste energy is actually a PR term, which is called greenwashing. The reality is that incinerators waste 3 to 5 times more energy than recovery. According to the latest Environmental Protection Association data, trash incineration releases 2.5 times more carbon dioxide emissions. Continuing to use incineration is not the best option. For one, it does not encourage recycling. Let me share some stats with you. 70% of municipal waste is recyclable in Barbados. And let me share it with you. That top, buckets, grandma's potty, Tetra Pak containers, cardboard boxes, drink stoppers, ink cartridges, construction demolition waste, green waste, which is tree trunks and coconut shells, batteries, old cars, glass, plastic, and other e-waste such as computers, printers. Tell me what is not recyclable in Barbados. Thus, it boggles the mind that in 2014, in abundance of sunshine raining on Barbados, that a government would want to enter an arrangement on what is known as BOLT, which is Build, Operate, Lease, and Transfer, which to me It's like having a credit card and you're maxing your credit card. At some point in time, you have to pay. Now, this $377 million that they're going to use on this boat arrangement is projected to generate $939 million. And to me, that's going to be pie in the sky. This same waste energy technology is new to the world, especially plasma gasification. And I asked the question, why is it that there are only 3 plants of such construct in the world today? How many of you know of the perils or the agony that persons in Checker Hall experience on a daily basis? I took it upon myself to visit Checker Hall today. And there are persons who are breathing in stuff that is not so good for their lungs. There is something called PM 2.5. All PM 2.5 is a particulate matter or dust particle, which is 100 times smaller. I repeat, 100 times smaller than the head of a needle. The lungs does not filter PM 2.5. Another consideration must be taken in. What about our water supply? Waste energy plants have a byproduct which is known as furans and dioxin. The fellows are claiming that this type of plant will not be doing such. However, I took it upon myself on Friday to visit the nation and did some research. And when the harassment plant was about to be commissioned, they spoke about cutting-edge technology. But 20-something years afterwards, you have the issue where in an article, they're speaking about dealing with the dust. Fukushima, my friends, was not supposed to happen. Chernobyl, my friends, were not supposed to happen. Neither did Bhopal, but we know the consequences of it. We have in our midst the Gravesend oil spill, which has not been sorted, caught up in dispute. We have farmers at Peggle Bogs who are reaping just 1 iron from an acre of land, whose lives have been destroyed. We have the dust at Green Hill. Another peril to our health. Can we leave it to our politicians to take care of our environmental concerns? No, I say no. I am not a lone wolf. I am no Che Guevara. I am no Martin Luther King. All I am saying to each of and one of you is that we must take ownership of what's happening around us. Do not wait for somebody from Trinidad or Buster from Africa to do it for you. I am saying we need to agitate without violating. Let me say something to you. I don't know how many of you realize that we now pay for garbage collection in Barbados. Have you all realized that? In Dominica, you pay for your garbage to be collected on your light bill. We now pay for it on our land tax and a municipal tax. Now, let me share, because my thing is to share with you and let you make your own decisions this evening. As I said to you, the Future Center Trust is a non-partisan organization. Our current waste stream in Barbados is 1,200 tons daily. A waste energy plant of that size needs approximately between 500 to 600 tons on a daily basis. Currently, 70% of what we generate is recyclable. If my math serves me correct, that's 840 tons. Where will they get the additional tonnage to feed that energy hog from? We either going to have to import it. I understand that they are looking at probably importing garbage. I don't know, because it's the biggest secret. It's a state secret. Lost with train of thought. Anyhow, so it's 840 tons. One of the things I heard also, and I can only say I heard because we have not been given any information, and this is after writing 3 letters to the government and doing a full-page ad in the newspaper. Not one response. They're talking about using Rivatorin. Some people call it Miramosi, as well as the burning of tires. But I say to you, that will also be insufficient. So, what is the other option? Importation of garbage. And who will pay for that importation of garbage? These are the questions that have not been answered. Today, I came here reluctantly because only yesterday I got a call saying, but you know what? You coming here will be perceived as being partisan. But as I said, my social responsibility is to future generations. And I will not squander that, not for once. My freedom of speech is never for rent or hire. You know what? The late Professor Oliver Headley have cutting-edge research which speaks to every 120 square feet of surface that sunlight penetrates, producing as much as 3 kilowatts of energy. Let me repeat. The late Professor Oliver Headley did research, which is used by the Nigerians and others, even Saudi Arabia, for their solar farms, where each 120 square feet or 12 by 10 area can give you as much as 3 kilowatts from solar panels on your roof. $377 million can provide 29,000 households with power plants of solar power. I repeat, $377 million can provide 29,000 households with 3 kilowatts of energy, because you're looking at volume discounts. And I asked for the figures, and those are the figures I got. So if the government is seriously thinking about a green economy, you don't burn waste. You encourage persons to recycle. So they're paying lip service. And you know what? My back is broad. And I'm able to take my lashes. Because I'm a Barbadian, and we're supposed to practice participate democracy, and I will participate in my democracy. I will not be silenced. I will not be. All I'm saying is that the risk, as it relates to this waste energy plan, is severe. The people in Check Hall, St. Lucie, have got to no representation. The question begs, who is monitoring our water supply? How many of you are aware that there's something called MBTE, which is an anti-knocking agent used in gasoline that's water soluble? Who tests our water for that? It's water soluble. Who tests our air quality? My thing, if we cannot manage vehicle exhaust emissions or even water quality, who is going to manage our police? This waste energy plant? These are the questions we must ask our politicians. We cannot take our health for granted. I am tired of hearing this tired cliche. We are more than a society. If you're more than a society, we must allow persons to participate in their democracy. You don't allow the Future Senate Trust to send you 3 letters. You do a full-page letter. You make a call to have a meeting to discuss, because I prefer dialogue. And you do not even respond. It's not right. The Future Senate Trust cannot support the plasma gasification plant. We just cannot, because there are too many unanswered questions. As I said earlier, we do not know if we're going to have to pay for the waste. We don't know what is the carrying capacity of our soil. Yes, there are byproducts from the plasma gasification, like different slugs which can be used in construction waste. But what is the biological carrying capacity of our soil? Will we have to pay for garbage collection more? Who will monitor our air quality? In China, there are cities called, or villages called cancer villages because of the same particulate. Nobody tests for those things in Barbados. And what is even shocking, if you seek to get it from the government environmental department, it's really like a state secret. They want to know why and who you are, and they refuse to give you the information. And I think as a citizen of this country, I have the right to know. And these are the things that we need to agitate against. I dread the day when someone as passionate as I am have to lie in front of a bulldozer or jump in the wharf in a suit to get attention. It should not have to come to that. Politicians come to us during election time and they engage us. They find time for us. All we want to know is why, what, where, and when as it relates to this waste energy plant. And what really shocked me is speaking to a minister in the current government who said to me, it's a foregone conclusion. So here's it, that they've signed off on this plant. There has not been any environmental impact assessment study discussed with the people at Arch Hall or even Sandy Lane. Have not those persons at Sandy Lane and Arch Hall suffered sufficient? And I have not been hearing sufficient enough from even the representatives in those areas. I am saying, please add your voice to my voice. I cannot do it alone. The Future Senate Trust cannot do it alone. We are all volunteers. United we stand, divided we shall all perish. Just remember that. United we stand, divided we shall all perish. And I implore you, speak up and speak out. There is too many persons in Barbados who have this hidden fear, unrealized fear. Barbados is one of the best democracies. Every day you get on brass stats here, people cursing everybody. I am saying curse for the right reason. So I want to say again on behalf of the chairman and the board of Future Senate Trust, I want to say a special thank you for the Barbados Labour Party to inviting us to have this presentation. Okay? So thank you.
I am sure that you can do better than that, because Kammie has just cited a number of areas which I think we as Barbadians need to be well prepared and well educated so that we can be in the vanguard of helping to minimize some of the illnesses and the devastation that may occur as a result of the things that we take for granted in the air.